Here we are. We're live. Roll call if I know you. If I don't, roll call anyway. Tell me where you're from. Let's just jump into it. Name's Jason Martinez. This is a live stream flamenco class I do every Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Arizona time. So if you're watching for the first time, welcome. If you return, welcome. Glad to see you back again. If you want to contribute to cover the cost of this studio rental and gifts to Arizona arts organizations, visit melemartinez.com/buy-classes, and that'll be in the description of this video. Let's see, anything else? That's basically it. Any information you want to know about my social media or anything like that, that's also in the description. So let's get into it, a little warm up, and then we're gonna do a lot of stuff Popularia today because it's fun. All right, so first things first. Let's take your feet about shoulder width apart. Sink into your weight a little bit. Soften your joints like your knees, your hip joints. Try not to hold any tension. And breathe. And as you breathe, and as you relax, think about lengthening the spine at the same time, but in a way that is pleasant, not like you're standing like a soldier at attention per se, but really you're just lengthening and relaxing. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's take some head circles, starting with the chin to the chest. We're going to go all the way around. Nice big circles. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. I recommend starting out nice and slow at first, since it's real easy to injure the neck, or at least strain muscles in the neck. And you might be tight. You don't want to start trying to warm up too quickly. And then from there, I'm going to roll down the spine one vertebra at a time. So chin goes to the chest, shoulders slump. Then from here, I start releasing one vertebra at a time, like a rag doll. Arms, neck, head, all completely relaxed. And we're going to hang out here. If you don't have a lot of flexibility, that's okay. Just relax into it. Let's go ahead and fold the arms. Give yourself a little extra weight that'll pull you forward. This particular way of stretching stretches the backs of the hamstrings, which is the main point, but it also gets into the lower back a little bit, which is not a bad thing. This is not something that will injure your lower back unless you have like rods in your back or something unique like that, in which case use your better judgment. If you need a break, you can always bend the knees here a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn this into an active stretch. So we're going to bend the knees, and then we're going to lengthen again. And then bend, and lengthen. And bend, lengthen, and bend, and lengthen. Hold out here for a little while longer. Good. Now I'm going to take the feet apart, about shoulder width, my toes pointed out slightly, and I'm going to sit between my knees, like so. And I'm going to open up my chest. If you want to get a little extra stretch in the groin, you can put your elbows on the insides of your knees, hands together, and push out. And that looks like this. Just relax into this. Take time. Glad you took time for yourself today, that you were able to get away from the hustle and bustle and just come and work on some flamenco for a little while. Hopefully this will give you something challenging and fun to do. Not just as a distraction, but as something just to enjoy and to hopefully be life-giving to you. And then from there, we're gonna put the feet in parallel again, and we're gonna stretch this way again, but now it's a little bit different because our feet are apart. So you'll get some different muscle groups this way. And then from there, let's even walk it out a little bit further. Keeping your weight on the insides of the feet here, over the big toe. So try not to let all your weight come to the outside of the foot. This is a good place already to start practicing putting your weight on the insides of your feet. It activates muscles in the inner thigh that are going to help you stabilize. And then let's hug the right leg, chest to the thigh, and then the other. Some people say nose to the knee, which is something you can do. Don't really matter to me, but I like to do chest to the thigh because I feel like I get a deeper stretch that way. Meaning stretching the hamstrings more than just the lower back. And I'm going to hang out here for a little while longer. Bend the knees, walk the feet in. Roll up the spine, move on the side so you can see. Sequence, one vertebra at a time. The very last thing that comes up is the head. Nice and tall, good. And I'm going to put the camera back a little bit just to give you a wider view of what's happening here and hopefully stay in frame. Let me know if any of the camera is problematic, like you can't see my arms because it cuts off or something like that. I'm gonna do stuff toward the mirror, and you should be able to see the mirror image here facing you, so you should be able to get both. Okay? Sit down between your weight. Let's circle the hips, nice and easy. Again, I recommend going slow at first. Then once the body and the joints and everything, muscles start to warm up, you can think about going a little bit faster pace. Reverse. Notice I'm trying to keep my upper body fairly positioned. It moves a little bit. The focus right now is just to open up the hip joints. Good. Sitting in my left hip. I'm going to open the ribs on the right side of my body here. Crunch the ribs here. So I've got this S curve of the body, but my head is nice and long. It's not to the side. It's called sit and spread. So sit into this hip, open the opposite side of the upper body here. And then we're going to come up into relevate. Then I'm going to settle down to the right side, open this up, keep my head nice and vertical. And then up, level again, then sit and spread. Sit here, spread here. And then up. And up. And up. Down, and up, and down. Now from there, I'm going to stay sitting in this hip, take the foot out just a little bit, and I'm going to go from side to side, opening here, sitting in the opposite hip. So my shoulders are going to tilt according to how I manipulate my trunk. But I'm not just lifting my shoulders, rather I'm letting my body tell my shoulders which angle to tilt on. Make sure you're always holding on to your lower abdominal muscles. And see if we can make it nice and smooth now, side to side. So you want to arrive. Everything should be working in unity. The hips and the upper body should be moving together. Now from there, I'm gonna hold the first position, even though it's gonna be on a tilt. It won't be here because my shoulders are tilted. First position here. And I'm gonna take both hands in the same direction, meaning counterclockwise, from here to there. And then from the other side to there. Now I'm gonna take it a little bit on an angle just out in front of me. So I'm gonna go here and there. And here and there. Here and there. Here and there. And here and there. Now a little smoother. E. 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 Notice how my hips go through. Right there. Ba. Ba. There. And there. Okay, good. Just open up the upper body before we start marking and doing footwork. Feet together. Up. And open the chest. Up. Open the chest. Up. Open the chest. Now just big circles back behind you a few times. And then let's go back and over the top. Reach back and forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. Very good. Let's warm up the whole body now with some Willidia marking patterns. Follow the leader. Just on the beat. Go. Out and back. Sit into this hip. Turn the foot out a little bit. Now we're going to go hip. So place the foot, then roll the hips. E. Opposition. Grab the hand as the hips go. Leave that right arm out now, same side. Take the arms above the head. We're going to go same side and up the middle. Opposition, up the middle. So there's a pause, then you roll everything. Pause, roll. Pause, roll. Pause, roll. Pause, roll. Now down the middle. Good. Relax for a second. We're going to do a new step. Not really new, but new for the class. It's all flat. Right, right, left, left. And make sure you release the hips. So the hips should shift every time you can put that goal pick out. We're going to go grab, grab. Grab. Make sure you don't lose the hip movement. E. E. Same thing, but let's keep it small. But keep the hips moving even though it's small. Let's go a little wider with the arms. We're going to go down the middle now. Now real nice and easy. Go side to side. Position here. Grab. Hold. Grab. Arms up. Let's clear between a little undercurrent. Side to side again, but we're going to go side, side, side grab. Or we're going to keep it running underneath us. should have gotten your blood flowing. Let's do some more Bolivia marking steps, but now they're going to be a little bit more rhythmic, which is why I'm slowing the tempo down, okay? And I'll throw in a little explanation of the feet, but I'm not going to slow it down too much. So just try to keep up. You can always go back and watch the video and catch anything you might have missed during class, or send me a message and I'll break it down for you a little bit. So this will be a variation of what we're doing. It's a variation of this step, like a Sevillana step. So what we're going to do is a toe heel double jab. I'm sorry, toe heel double. You'll see what I mean. Right here. Change your feet a little bit. Add one more. Okay, a few little variations on the same style of step. New step. We're going to go here. Let's jab toe. Both sides. Dos en contra. Tiempo. Roll the heels. So here's what I mean. So you're going to drop that front heel. You're going to go ba, ba, and then roll your heels. Ba, ba, da, di, ka, di. Double. Then you'll do the other side. Like so. That might have been a bit challenging, but that's okay because we're going to go back to something simple now. So now we're going to do Bolivaria's marking patterns in 12s. And there's a lot of different variations you can do and a lot of fun things you can do with a 12 count marking pattern. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Same tempo. Let's start with our simple marking pattern here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3. Now let those hips go. 5, 5, 5. Now we're going to throw in a little double step here. Let's get a little grab there again. 10, 5, 5, keep it small. 5, 5, 5, 5. Now let's take the head a little bit. We're going to go here. Head, grab. Head, grab. So take your head over your shoulder. Here, and through. 5. Head, 5. 5. Sharp head. E. 5. Sure. Now nice and easy again. A little jump step, a little hop step. We're going to put a little extra step in there now. We're right here. Get that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 3, 7, 8, 10. Now we're going to go twice right here. Watch. It's going to be the same foot. Right foot. Out, in. It's in, out rather. Out, in, out. Ease. Hold just to the 8 or 7. Get that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hey. Right here, we're going to go here. E. You're going to go out to the side, same step. E. 5. 5. E. 5. We're going to hold it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. I jacked that one up. this one. Right, left, right, left, 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 right, left. New step, we're gonna go here. Right, left, right. Point the toe. Feet, feet, feet. Ah. Ah, ah, ah. Nice and easy. Little like a, kind of like jump rope. Ah. Right, left, right. So I shoot the leg out here. Ah, ah. Ah, ah. Oops, almost there. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, 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 ah. Ah, 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 ah. I'll keep it small so I don't get out of frame. Ah, 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 ah. Ah, 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 ah. All right, I got my heart rate up. I don't know about you. Give yourself a quick water break. Then we're going to work on some footwork, incorporating the use of the upper body, because we haven't been doing that a lot outside of the choreography. So we're going to do just some basic patterns without the drum machine. We'll go nice and slow, but you need to coordinate your arms with whatever your feet are doing, and that's what we're going to work on. Quick water break. I always have my little cup of water ready on the side here. Good idea. Because I like to jump right back into it, don't leave too much downtime. All right, let's work with bullety again, but we're going to do toe heel jabs for the entire first pattern that we put together, okay? So it's going to be just toe heel jabs. Maybe some duples, maybe some triples, we'll mix it up, okay? So put this down and we'll get going. Now, toe heel jab, as you all know. Toe heel jab, toe heel jab, toe heel jab, toe heel jab. Right? So let's pick a nice 12 count pattern. We'll do duples, which means you're doing 2 sounds for every beat. You're going 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's what we're working with at first. So what we're going to do at first is just set a position up and down every 6. So we'll go 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. I'm going to go up the middle now. Up, down the side. Up, down the side. Center line, down the side. Corner, down the side. Corner, down. Corner, down. Okay, shake it out. Make sure you're coordinating all of those, okay? How are we doing so far? Neat step, thank you. Very good. Okay, now, duples and triples, same toe heel jabs, but we're gonna go duples, triples, and then we'll change our arms once we get into it. So duples, triples is going 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just get this into our body. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Let's do center position. 12, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. All right. How are we doing so far? All right. Very good. Keep getting these, I guess they're texts. Can wait. Okay. Very good. So, let's try that again now. We're going to go up the side, down the middle. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then down the side. Check it out. Yeah? New step, golpe, heel, heel. You all know this step. Golpe, heel, heel, golpe, heel, heel. We're going to do similar things, okay? We'll stick at first to just duples. So here we go. 12, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 6, 7, 8, throw some hands in there. Up the side. Up the middle. Down the side. here. Up the side. Keep it here, down the middle. Up the side. Up the middle. Down the side. I can do triplets. All right. Woo! Okay. Let's do our tientos escobilla that we've been building. I'm finally going to put an end to it today. Let's do a brief review. If you've not been familiarized with this tientos footwork section, it's been mounted since the first live stream. So if you want to go back and watch the end of each class, I'm adding a little bit at a time. Once this is all done, which will be after today, I'm going to record the whole thing on a video, break it down, and you'll be able to just watch that, extract it out from all the classes and just watch the tutorial on the footwork pattern. This is tientos, which is an 8-count rhythm, okay? So let's review the feet. If you want to do the arms as well, you don't have to, but if you know them, go ahead and try it. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a little faster. Okay, so that's all we've done so far. You can go as slow or as fast with that whole pattern as you want. So for example, let's say we're in tientos and we're going very slow. The letra just played and we want to give it a little boost. You can do a little pickup step before you even start the footwork and make sure you make eye contact with your musicians so they understand what it is you're doing. So for example, if I want to go faster before I start the footwork, if we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So you see what I did? You start stepping back like you're going to prepare your footwork, but you incrementally pick up the pace a little bit. Normally, a seasoned guitarist and seasoned palmeros will be able to follow that. They'll see it. And it's better if you make it sounded, okay? So it's not being overly aggressive. It's just saying, hey, get ready to go. We're gonna take the tempo up. So for example, if we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, and I start my footwork. For now, we'll keep it slow. So you saw what the pattern was. Today we're gonna add. So what we did is we did 2 styles of the subida step, which are here. So every time I'm switching off feet, you're going to do that version twice. Then you're going to switch to just one foot. Going to do that one twice. You're going to take up the tempo as fast as you want to take it. Make sure you control it. If you go and get going too fast, too quickly, you don't have anywhere to go at the end and you might gas out, which is kind of counter the point you're trying to make. The point you're trying to make is a big close after you've done all this stuff, but you got to be in control the whole time, or this at the end loses all its power. It's like you were faking it the whole time and then did this. So don't go any faster than you're able to maintain, and any faster than your accompaniment is able to go with you, okay? So let's look at those two last subida steps, and then we're going to put a little remate at the end, okay? So we go. Again, one more time. I want you to end there, okay? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. And 1. So you're going to end on 1 before you do your remate. The remate is, and I'll break this down slowly. You're rolling through the toe, heel, and putting down a golpe. Facing away from you, toe, heel, flat. So we just went. This is the last compás. Okay? From there, let me see how I want to freeze that. Okay, so you're just going to go that fast. That is. Over here. Notice I'm bringing my knee up to my hand. Yeah? So you're going to do that one time. Then you're going to do this step again immediately. Okay? And you're going to put down the golpe. Facing away. All right? The last part, you're going to go. It's kind of like the step we had in the beginning. You're just going. I'm sorry. That's a double to end. Slower. So I go. Even slower. Okay? Let's try the last compás of the subida with that step. So I'll do it facing you, then I'll do it away from you. So we go. All right? Away from you. We go. So there goes. All right? The last part of it. So you're going to go. Guess what I'm prepared for? A turn. Don't go too far back, then you won't be able to get into your turn. It's going to be just one vuelta flamenca, which is this. There. Okay? Try to end the same way you're prepared. I better take my glasses off. So I'm going to do the last compás of the subida to the new remate with the preparation for the turn. So I go. All right, from there, turn, pa, pa. Can we try it? Just a remate. Sorry, I'm going to put the right arm up. I'm going to land here. Then, left, right. Okay? Let's try it. Very slowly. Super slow. Back behind you. Let's put all the steps together. I think I better had moved this back just a little bit because I feel like I'm getting out of frame. I wonder you can see it all, okay? Move this forward. You see my feet? Maybe not. Let me tilt it. Technical difficulties, folks. Here we go. That's it. You can probably see me better there. From the top. 5, 6, 2, 3, 7, 8, 8. How do we do? Alrighty. So, Friday or Saturday, I'm going to put a whole footwork pattern on one video, and I'm going to break down each step.
I'm going to do it slow. I'm going to put it in context with guitar, compás, solo compás. Sometimes that's really what helps people click, is to hear that melodic accompaniment. So I'm going to put that together for you. Practice what we learned today, including all those bulería steps. Just get familiar with them. If you have, I answer all my comments and questions if it's a question that needs answering. So feel free to reach out to me anytime. You can also email me. My email is in the description of this video. Thank you once again for joining me. Again, if you want to help cover costs of all this stuff, the URL is in the description of the video. God bless you all. Have a fantastic week. Thank you so much.